Examining my source analysis number 2 of vase paintings, and I am Mary Foster. So, in terms of subject entries, this vase is entered under 9031365 Athenian and located in St. Petersburg State Hermitage Museum, and can also be found under their collection under the number 9481. Although I will offer that I looked through the St. Petersburg State Hermitage Museum's website to look through their collection to try to find it there, and it was not on their digital collection, so perhaps it has been moved since, being placed into the Beasley archives. So the vase I chose and what it depicts. The vase that I chose, pictured on the left of the text box, depicts Hercules and his conflict with the three-headed guard dog of the underworld, Cerberus. According to the Beasley archives, Herakles and Cerberus in the center of the vase are positioned between an unidentified woman, probably the figure on the left, and the goddess Athena, presumably on the right, and identified by her armor, presumably, and a general's war helmet that she seems to be wearing. So in terms of technicalities of the vase shape is an amphora. The vase date wasn't stated on the Beasley archives, but the vase technique was, and it was a black figure. The images that I chose and put below from Google and the Beasley archives depict typical amphora vases made in the same shape and with similar techniques. So the amphora type of container usually has a pointed bottom and kind of characteristic shape, which apparently were made to fit tightly against each other in storage rooms and packages and able to be delivered by land or sea, which would make sense because Greece especially was very known for its shipping and its harbors and its Mediterranean kind of ocean transportation. And apparently amphora vases have been determined from at least as early as the Neolithic period. The vase I chose looks to be closer to the type A displayed. So upon a closer analysis of the vase's figures and paintings, Herakles, who seems to be depicted wearing full battle armor and wielding a sword, attempts to be stabbing Cerberus, the underworld's guard dog, who here seems to be again, only having two heads, as he was also depicted in the Source 1 analysis, as opposed to the usual three he's described as having in myth. Although, unlike that first source analysis, there does appear to be conflict with harm between Herakles and Cerberus. The woman to the left appears to either be in prayer or to be standing as an onlooker to the situation. You can kind of see her arms raised. But unlike Herakles, the goddess Athena appears to be fine with Cerberus keeping the attention of one of his two heads on her. She appears in typical battle armor, whose design is kind of a reminiscent of angel wings or fish scales, and appears to be wearing the general's helmet she's often depicted in. It would make sense that maybe Athena would be slightly less frightened by Cerberus or slightly less worried by contact with him, as she is a goddess and would have far less of a chance of falling harm to him, Cerberus I mean, and also would be far less likely to be targeted by him as a goddess, so long as she wasn't actively fighting him. Hercules, or Herakles, on the other hand, is a different story. And here is my bibliography. Thank you for your time.